Hey everybody, this is Miss Cromwell with this week's homework help. This week we decided to do half and half, so we're going to do Monday and Tuesday with graph homework, and then Wednesday, Thursday will be word problems, and then next week we're going to flip it, just because the word problem homework is it is intensive. All right, so parts of a graph, it says directions label the parts of a bar graph on the graph shown below. Be sure to use arrows to indicate what you are labeling. So we're looking for 4 different things from right here. Nicest fruit, that is going to be your title. And parents, before you guys show your kids necessarily the answers, I would just ask them, like, what have you learned in class? Like, what are some things that each bar graph has to have? And if not, then, start to just try to scaffold, see if you can get the answer out of them without giving the answers. So they know that this is going to be the title. I apologize for the noise. My dog is going crazy. They know that the numbers down here, so 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40, that is the scale, which all bar graphs have, because you have to know how you're counting by. The part that says number of people, and then your grapes, blueberry, kiwi fruit, banana, orange, and apple, those are your labels. And you have to have your labels so you know what exactly you're talking about. And then all of this information inside, this is your data, however you want to pronounce it. So all of these are data. And this information would come from like a survey or something. Okay. Next part, analyzing a bar graph. Analyze means to like look, or you can say look / like understand. Okay, so we want to look at the bar graph. We want to understand what the bar graph is showing. And then we want to read and get the information off of it. This specific bar graph, that it says this bar graph is horizontal or vertical. This specific one is horizontal. In class, we've done a lot of vertical, which is up and down. Horizontal, this one's going side by side. So if your student says horizontal, ask them how they know. And you want them to say that horizontal goes across and vertical goes up and down. What survey question could have been asked to generate this data? You could say, what do you believe is the nicest fruit? What fruit do you like most? So what is the nicest fruit? Something along those lines. Considering that the title is nicest fruit. What is the scale counting by? Students should be able to look at the scale and realize it's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. In 3rd grade, most of the students realize that this is counting by 5. So you're going to put 5. How many people liked blueberry more than banana? So that's where you're going to have to find the difference, because we want to know what's the difference between blueberry and banana. This one, students should be showing some type of calculation. So you get a blueberry, and I would say that is 40. You go to banana, and I would read that as 10. So your difference would be 30. I personally am looking for not just the answer. I want to see this calculation. I want to see how you got the answer. Number 6, which 2 fruits combined were nicest? Is it banana and kiwi or blueberry and grapes? So if I go banana, kiwi, okay, well that's like, 25 plus 10, that's 35. Blueberry and grapes. Blueberry is 40 plus 5, 45, so I know that's going to be more. So I would go blueberry and grapes. Again, on the side, it would be great if they could do like a little equation to show like, oh, banana and kiwi, that is 10, and then kiwi was 25, so 10 plus 25 is 35, whereas blueberry had 40, Grapes had 5, which is 45, and 45 is bigger than 35. Which two fruits combined total 15? So I want the students to be able to look, that's over 15, so it can't be that. That's also over 15, can't be that. 4 of these are over 15, so it cannot be any of these options. There's only 2 less than this, and then banana is 10, grapes is 5, 10 plus 5 is 15, and that's what we're looking for, a total of 15. So they would write grapes and banana. All right, this side, vocabulary. This is vocabulary for a pictograph. Students are just now getting to that part in our lesson. The blank, real quick, before I start. This is vocabulary, and this vocabulary is very important for them to know because on testing, it's going to give you some things. It's going to say, what does it mean for survey? What does this mean? So it's important for students to know vocabulary. So in your word bank, you have horizontally, vertically, data, survey, key, and picture graph. The blank lets you know what each picture equals, or like what are you counting by. And an example is actually down at the bottom for the next problem. And that's a key. You have to have a key. So the key lets you know what you're counting by. A blank displays data using pictures, picture graph. You can collect data to display in a graph by conducting and we've been talking a lot about how you get information. Is it a science experiment? Is it an observation? Or is it like a survey? So when you get to do a graph, you are conducting a survey. Information collected in a survey and displayed in a graph is called, that's your data, just like over here. This information displayed is data. Data in a graph can be displayed blank or across. Again, across is side by side, and I've been trying to tell them that horizontally has the word horizon in it, right there. So that's how they should know side to side, because like a sky touches, it doesn't touch obviously, but the sky where it looks like the sky touches the land would be horizon. And then the only word left would be vertically, but let's just double check. Data in a graph can be displayed blank or up and down. Up and down we know is vertically. They do need to know horizontal and vertical because that is a big thing with bar graphs. If you look over here, and that's something else they could label. They could say that this is the horizontal axis, and this is the vertical axis, which we are learning in class. So if your students, do these two, that is fabulous. Your X and Y axis, it is necessary. All right, part 2, analyzing, understanding. Oh, look, that's over here. Understand. Understanding a picture graph. So again, you have a title, you have the key, you have data, you have labels. That's what all this is. How many books did Jasmine and Kim read together? Well, you have to pay attention to this key. Each book means 2 books read. So books that Jasmine and Kim. Jasmine, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I would go 10. Again, we need to see a math equation on the side. Together means I'm going to be adding. Kim had 2, 4, 6. 10 plus 6 is 16. So that would be your answer. How many more books did Jasmine and Kim read than Lester and Maria? Well, we know that Jasmine and Kim did 16. We just did that math. Lester and Maria. Lester had 2, 4, 6. Your student does need to know that half a book represents half of whatever it's measuring by. If this is measuring by 2, which it is, this 1/2 book is going to be 1. So Lester had 2, 4, 6, 7. Maria had 2, 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. And then it says how many more books. So you have to subtract. We're finding the difference. 16 minus 11 is 5. Okay. Students have to be getting more comfortable with these multi-step math problems. We do it a lot in class, and a lot of them just don't want to. And I'm like, y'all, we're big kids. We've got to do this. How many books were read by all 4 of these students? That's self-explanatory. Count them all up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, plus 1, 27. So 27 would be that answer. All right, let's go to the back real quick. I'm not doing all of these because I'm on a time crunch, but they're pretty self-explanatory. Back here, I did say these are word problems, and we are doing a lot of word problems. And a few of these are actually, I think most of these are the multi-step word problems, which is a lot of work. And kids want to be lazy, and they don't want to do the work. But sadly, they're going to see a lot of these on the SOL. So that's why we want to start now so they get more comfortable with them throughout the year. Every summer, Dawn's mail carrier delivers about 800 mail envelopes in a week. During 1 week in July, he delivers 89 envelopes on Monday. On Tuesday of the same week, he delivers 110 envelopes. How many more envelopes will Dawn's mail carrier deliver by the end of the week? So this is a multi-step problem. You're going to have to add these together. So 89 and 110. 110 and 89. 0 plus 9 is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus nothing is 1. So that's how many they've had so far. But we know they do about 800. Okay, so we have 800. And we want to find the difference. But it's saying about. So, I mean, we can estimate a little bit now that we have this. We can all know, including your students, they should know that 199 is really close to 200. So you can subtract 200. And you're going to get 600. Okay? I want students to be showing me math. I don't want just the answer. If your student needs scratch paper to bring home, just let them know. Let your teacher know in the morning, and we will send it. Same thing over here. Mrs. Smith volunteered to work at the Fall Festival collecting hayride tickets. On Saturday, 368 people went on a hayride. And on Sunday, 412 went on a hayride. About how many tickets did Mrs. Smith collect on Saturday and Sunday? So Saturday, we had 368. Sunday, we had 412. We want to know how much they are together. Collect Saturday and Sunday. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. 3 plus 4 is 7. So 780 is pretty close to 800. So that is your answer. That is how we're going to get through these. If you have any questions, please let your student's teacher know. The ones for reading comprehension, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All of these are on here. Again, students need to annotate, and these should be complete sentences. We have some students who are not doing complete sentences, and we are in 3rd grade. So that is this week's homework, and I'll talk to you soon.